He built a coffin for himself before he died. And seal yourself in.
And all this is only because of the radiation emitted by the mutation of the sun. Variations in animals, plants, and humans around the world
turned into bloodthirsty monsters and demons. Only a small number of humans wearing silver ornaments awakened can also compete with. And me, as an ordinary person,
I was kept in captivity by the devil for 5 years.
In the end, it was eaten as food.
Now reminiscing about the past. The first time is not to buy a lot of silver jewelry. Instead, build a sterling silver coffin.
After the change, not only does it move humans, it also changes into a demon.
Become a devil.
It is very certain that the flesh and blood will even restore intelligence.
But under the bloodthirsty instinct.
Even more unscrupulous domestication of human beings.
To provide them with food.
Thinking of this, I took out my mobile phone and called my second uncle. Uncle, I want to go back to the company. Immediately, there was a burst of hearty laughter from the opposite side. Ha ha, that's right. I have already said that our family has such a big group.
What kind of graduate school did you go to?
Come on, your aunt just got pregnant, and I happen to be able to spend more time with her. Hang up the phone.
I suddenly felt a warmth rising between my brows.
A light red mark emerges. Is my rebirth related to this mysterious imprint? After 5 days, Jones Group Chairman's office.
A pretty woman. Holding a stack of papers. Stop. I raised my hand to signal that if I had something to say, I would just stand there and say it.
Mr. Chun, do you really want to be so heartless? President Chun is your uncle. You take all his shares. Group can have today's scale. It's all thanks to Mr. Chun. A soft-spoken professional woman.
Today, he even treated me coldly to my boss. I know what I'm doing now won't be understood. 3 months later, we will know. Yu Fan continues to.
Chendong, I want to resign.
I can't stand being in the hands of someone who doesn't care.
Leave work. Zedru, I smiled. Okay, pay the liquidated damages first.
Liu Fang's face turned green.
His brother was terminally ill.
To save my brother, asked me to advance his 2 million salary in advance. Signed a 10-year labor contract.
In exchange,
if there is no catastrophe in the world,
I won't ask him for liquidated damages.
I expected good. Liu Fang had to bow to reality.
Mr. Chen, I take back what I just said. But when the contract expires, I will leave immediately. Please do not worry.
Before that, I will still do my best to work for you.
I nodded in satisfaction and asked the silversmith if he found it. Find the best silversmith in our second.
But silver is a rare metal with too little circulation. Recently, I could only purchase 10 tons of 1,000 fine silver.
10 tons is more than enough to make a coffin.
But after the catastrophe, metallic silver became a strategic resource. Of course, the more the better.
In the previous life, there was a genius doctor.
After the catastrophe, the 10 theories of silver energy were summed up.
One of them is,
humans absorb the same weight of metallic silver. The higher the purity,
the stronger the alienated silver energy user, the higher the potential. The closer the human skin of the Milky Way fits,
the better the effect of absorbing alienation.
So I need silver wings.
Need the best silver? Come build me a perfectly fitted sterling silver coffin. And 3 months to build a large shelter.
I'm afraid not enough time, but if it's just a modification, it shouldn't be a problem.
Then go downstairs and get in the car.
The driver is a strong woman named Lin Chu. 3 years older than me, currently my bodyguard and driver.
Lin Chu came from a family of martial arts. When he was 9 years old, he and his grandfather were hunted down,
rescued by his father while his grandfather was dying. After his grandfather died, he stayed in the Chun family. Grow up with me.
Are the 8 of them going through the withdrawal procedures?
City Avenue City 7 is done.
Only 8 years old can't do it. I invited him for a long vacation and already brought them all home.
You can do a good job and go back first. Soon, Lin Chu and I came to a luxury villa in the western suburbs. As soon as I stepped into the door, a girl flew up.
Seeing this, I subconsciously shot it and pushed it to the ground.
I'm short of breath. The inexplicable suffering of the previous life is ordinary.
Come to mind again.
I'm sorry, Brother Beifeng. The last time you went to school to see me, I held it high. What's going on today? The corners of the eyes that were suddenly scarred are already filled with tears.
At this time, a handsome young fat man came.
He holds a glass of red wine in one hand, another hand around a woman's waist.
It is the second uncle's son, China Yui.
Bro, you won't be hurt by breaking up with Tanya. Have a mental illness. China Yui stretched down his slender waist,
while smiling.
I didn't answer, but commanded Dory. Let your tender demons go. I have something to tell you. Seeing this, China Yui immediately put away his smile. whispered a few words in the ear of the woman beside me.
Smiling woman face. Pidin left the villa.
I sweep the body for a week. The 8 of you will stay in the villa until Chengdu University.
Practicing martial arts with Sister Chu every day.
You guys go to the gym on the 2nd floor now.
Exercise with Miss Chu. I will arrange for Zhang Ma to cook nutritious meals for you every day. One of the 10 theories of Camp Energy.
Suitable absorption effect.
And human fitness.
Proportional to pain tolerance.
Then I turn my head to look at Chima Yua, and you also want to practice. And double the classical Chinese.
Chima Yua suddenly had a look of bitterness and hatred. Brother, you bought my father's shares at a low price.
I won't talk about expelling him from the group. Because I believe in you. You must have a reason for doing this. But I am not allowed to touch you for 3 months.
And it's even more unreasonable to ask me to exercise.
Good. I will tell my second aunt about the fact that you found Kun to get sick.
I said and took out my phone from my trouser pocket. Jinruli's love song is better than mine.
It's not enough to listen to you.
In a blink of an eye, the day of the catastrophe came.
I came to a sterling silver coffin in the middle of the material warehouse. With my voice command.
The coffin lid slowly lowered and lay in it. The entire interior of the coffin except for the air vent at the nose. Everything else fits perfectly. Fits every inch of skin on the body.
There are 14 coffins in the whole villa. All 14 were in the darkness inside the coffin.
Wait quietly.
As the clock strikes 12 o'clock.
In just a few seconds, the center of my eyebrows began to get hotter and hotter. Even the body starts to get hot. The mysterious marks suddenly turned into streams and scattered in rows.
In an instant, only half of the 10-ton coffin was left. Still rapidly disappearing.
I overestimate attracting the front. Fortunately, the surrounding warehouses are full of silver plates.
Absorption does not stop. A thick and simple book appeared in my mind.
Simply flip through the ancient book.
This turned out to be a book similar to the method of breathing.
Practice method. While attracting alienation.
Animals and plants around the world have gradually begun to demonize. Humans have also become demonized. A macaque looks like King Kong vs.
Godzilla. Standing in the center of the training base. Aggressively attacking humans. A black pig with a height of 6 meters like a city wall.
Leading a group of 2 or 3 meters tall. The round white pig burst into the pigsty. The black pig blew up the house next to it with one hoof.
If you don't want to die, follow me.
Shenlongjia area. A mighty dragon like a tank.
Turned into an afterimage and galloped through the forest. Just a few seconds, a giant bear was instantly frozen through the horns of an egret. The egret drew out its horns and sneered.
Talking out words let you also taste the taste of being hunted down. How do you feel bad?
In a felony prison. The muscles on the prisoner's body began to swell.
Binocular star read incomparably like a devil.
The demonized demon fell into madness and kept sucking flesh and blood. Most powerful.
The devil controls the surrounding. The devil put the survivors in cages for rations. For a time, all parts of the world were occupied by monsters and demons.
While absorbing silver in the mutation.
Also consume a lot of. Many people are becoming prostitutes.
Inside the body.
1 or more prostitution groups have already been activated.
And I actually have a whole 36 kinks.
Still fully open.
The last life's perverts have a maximum of 9 sessions.
Am I not directly 36 now? There were bursts of roaring from outside the house. A poopy white tiger keeps biting on the street.
Good time to try your hand. Then I went outside. I stretched out my hand to challenge.
Bloody rays of light radiate around the white tiger. Roaring, crying and biting rushed over. My figure turned into an afterimage to avoid. Then the black lightning in his hand exploded suddenly.
Hit the white tiger. Bursts of explosions sounded.
In the constant confrontation, the white tiger is dying. Seeing myself falling into the wind, I suddenly turned around and ran away, under the sun's radiation.
Mutated animals have opened up their intelligence.
A good man knows the reason why he doesn't suffer from immediate losses. I sneered and wanted to run.
The black lighting in the hand keeps condensing. Burst out like a beam of light.
Directly penetrate the body of the white tiger. After killing the white tiger, take out the yell from his body.
Monsters and demons can absorb. Mysterious factors between heaven and earth after the cataclysm to enhance one's own strength. And the erotic can only absorb the demon box. Increase strength. Into the basement again. Discover a group of household items.
Long legs chatter non-stop. Looking at all kinds of items and food that are demonized in the room. I wrinkled.
The goblins from these items. At the beginning, just a bunch of fledgling animals. Have a great curiosity about everything around them. No threat to humans. But over time,
You can also grow into a terrifying existence.
even comparable to monsters from plants and animals.
They must be nipped in the bud.
In the previous life, it was at most a tenth of the amount.
But 90% of the eyes have produced a little. Could it be that the cataclysmic era after my rebirth is even more outrageous? Then I released the lightning and went in towards the group of goblins.
Let's settle everything first. After a while, the radio outside the house came. Those monsters are not invincible.
Please don't panic and hide carefully. Officials have mobilized the army to organize battalions. Just please be patient. As in the previous life, the official response was quick. Immediately released a broadcast to appease the public. I ignored it and walked towards the pile of laundry in front of me.
Brother, please forgive me.
Boss, we can make clothes for you. Don't kill us. Yes, we not only serve as clothes, but also help you fight.
I laughed.
Okay, as long as you are obedient, I will forgive you. I have confidence in myself after previous battles. These tin goblins can't make waves by my side.
Voice just fell. All the equipment jumps up and hits me.
Less than 3 seconds.
A full set of combat uniform and combat boots have been put on. Not bad, automatic wear.
Those who were previously lying together in a sterling silver coffin.
Standing outside.
Surrounded by all kinds of mutated monsters. Demon Linkyu holding a silver sword. Constantly assassinating monsters is like chopping vegetables.
This ability is the same as his previous awakening. Only this time the silver sword is wider and longer. The most in the previous life, just a smaller piece that's a bit longer than a dagger.
When he impaled a 2-meter long rat. Suddenly disappear.
Instantly appear 10 meters away.
One piece slipped out, the 2 demons fell to the ground. I couldn't help exclaiming that Sister Chu turned out to have dual abilities. Or a space ability. In addition, he is a master of martial arts, and his strength can be called terrifying. The city bus in the distance is holding a longbow. Shoot out the swordsmen who can gather together.
Can easily penetrate the wall to kill monsters. Did not expect this little girl's awakened ability turned out to be a cancer bow and arrow.
I don't know if it has something to do with the shooter he used to play the king. At this time, the outside official broadcast sounded again. Sincere invitation from the building security department.
Compatriots with extraordinary achievements join the official. In this critical moment of human existence, you will be the heroes of the times. Phone rings. Hello, Jin Feng. I am Zhao Qinghei, Deputy Director of the Provincial Security Bureau of Braised Noodles.
I asked indifferently.
What's the matter? I want you to hand over your sanctuary. Arranged by the unified management of the official.
Although Zhao Qinghei hoped. Condescending. Said in an irrefutable tone. Impossible. Before Zhao Qinghei finished speaking, I hung up the phone.
What's wrong with this tone of voice?
Still want me to hand over the shelter?
Give you face. Don't think about it. The last sentence is definitely going to kidnap me morally. Just didn't expect.
There are still such people in the top officials of the first trial.
Guana City Center location. In the management room of a shelter.
Zhao Qinghei gritted his teeth. A little rich man dared to hang up on my phone. I must get your sanctuary. Don't think that you are the only one who has extraordinary powers.
He took out the satellite phone.
Dial a number for Mr. Cameron. I need to buy another batch. Ultra miniature intelligent control self-explosion chip.
Transmitters need to sets. The silver panels in the basement are absorbed by me.
The materials stored inside are also basically demonized.
Completely lost. Villas in the western suburbs are no longer suitable for strongholds. So I went to the big living room to gather the weight.
Miss Chu, what ability have you awakened? For abilities gradient, teleportation, gravity control, and palm wind. I have classical Chinese.
I haven't even heard of the 3 abilities in the last life. Sister Chu has awakened 4 abilities.
I feel the lust in her. Although it is not like owning an extraordinary number of silver energy locks. But 9 of them have been fully opened.
As the crowd arrived one after another,
I will breathe the ancient book.
Pass to everyone present except Dr. Gio.
Although Dr. Gio is trustworthy, but I know his character well.
He is a crazy doctor. Sometimes will have no bottom line for their own research. I learned that except Dr. Gio. The amount of silver absorbed by everyone is above 100 kilograms, and the awakened abilities are dual abilities. Even 3 abilities. Only Cousin Shinrui's ability to awaken is a bit shameful.
One is local enlargement, and the other is night battle. Everyone briefly communicated for a while, My second uncle, Junshilin, said that the government will return if there is a war call.
At a time when the country is in crisis, I must return to the official.
Just finished talking. Then he grabbed Junayua, who was beside him, and jumped away.
Oh, Dad, where are you taking me? Go with me.
It's time to put out your fat body to practice.
I know second uncle was a veteran before, and couldn't stop him.
Officials aren't bad either.
Junayua really needs the strength to practice alone. And they both just woke up. Change from an 8th order to a 6th order at the beginning of this catastrophe.
Never encountered anything that could threaten their existence.
Then ask Miss Shanchiku to go to the city area together.
Although the current strength.
But there is no guarantee that other accidents will occur.
The human nature of the setting sun is scarier than monsters and demons.
Gunships can be seen everywhere. Silhouette of military power armor. The official response was quick. Most of the important area. Both monsters and demons have been invaded. Some, all important facilities have been included in the protection of the army. However, although such a blow is quick.
But if it is not for the monster behind the death, devil and broken leg.
Special treatment. It won't be long before they resurface. Demonize again. Only those who are capable can directly use the power to kill them. Linghu and I are on our way, while absorbing the demon box obtained from hunting monsters.
As expected of the breath method brought by the mysterious imprint.
Even yelling can be absorbed while walking. In the previous life, I absorbed and yelled. Must be in a relatively quiet environment.
Calmly absorb. Otherwise, it is easy to cause backlash.
Not to mention absorbing it while marching or fighting.
At this time, my eyes fell on a kindergarten in the city center. There are some monsters scattered here and there. Devil's broken leg. On the artificial grassland next to the slide, 3 female preschool teachers in pink business attire sit in booths.
In their arms.
Still snuggling with 5 children of origami. Suddenly, a big hand pulled the kindergarten teacher up.
I saved you just now. Should I be rewarded?
The owner of the big hand has a face full of flesh and shirtless. Don't put it.
The kindergarten teacher took out a fruit knife and pointed at the man. The man smiled with great interest and did not dodge.
Visible wound healing.
Just when the 3 were desperate. With a bang, the fleshy man's body exploded. If you don't kill the monsters, you will deserve to die here.
I can't help complaining.
Seeing my 3 preschool teachers are overjoyed and never forget the prettiest preschool girl.
Hug my thigh.
Handsome boy, please take us away. A sense of disgust wells up in my heart. I'm not talking, just a lookout. Lin Chu grabbed his hair and threw the stick to meters away.
Seeing that I still have a cold face and didn't speak, he immediately changed his mind and said, "Just take me away. Just take me away. You can do whatever you want me to do."
And deliberately showing that kind of pitiful look. Too bad he used the wrong one. See me still indifferent.
He picked up the fruit knife that had just dropped.
Around the neck of a 3-year-old girl without.
I'll kill him if I go. Kill me. The voice is Luo Yi's lightning strike.
Instantly cut off his neck.
The other to Saw. Carelessly said, how could you kill him? Even if he's at fault, it's against the law for a prophet.
Shut up.
I'll shout angrily and say one more sentence to send you down too. I took Lin Chiwi's hand and left. I don't have time to spend with these irrelevant people.
3 demons in the city are confronting a demon cat.
Dogs and cats just wave.
The 3 demons fell to the ground. The panting person hiding upstairs said dumbfounded.
Forget about the devil. Why is there such a monster? Suddenly, there was the roar of helicopter propellers in the air.
Survivors in the room, please seek cover immediately. Please take cover immediately. Then there was a burst of intensive shelling.
Attacked the demon cat, but only caused him skin trauma.
The demon cat sprints onto the rooftop,
waving its front paws towards the helicopter. The plane has no time to dodge. Suddenly, 2 figures appeared in the helicopter out of thin air. Between the demon cat,
the spirit beast raises the sword and a white light flashes.
The body of the demon cat splits into 2 in mid-air. I condensed the lightning to take out the demon cat's demon box.
In just a few days, it turned out to be a tier 4 demon box. Another one turned out to be a supernatural spirit. Only monsters that have awakened supernatural powers have supernatural powers.
After the mutation, most monsters. Just the strengthening of physical body and strength.
The power essence can not only help the inducer to improve his strength.
It also promotes the evolution of abilities.
Enhance your abilities.
At this time, energy campers all over the world are also awakening. A man faces a swarm of rats with palms out.
Several bolts of lightning shot out from his palm. A moment of effort.
The whole group of rats are lying on a roha. Spitwater polo, wanton destruction. The big monster dares to wantonly damage the public affairs.
See if I don't clean you up.
A bald muscular man violently.
It has risen several times, and the whole body exudes bright red-hot flames.
Aha opened his mouth wide, gathered a huge water polo, and hit the bald brother.
Only slightly affected. A trace of fire was completely evaporated by the flames on his body. Turn into steam.
With a big bald hand, a fireball suddenly jumped out. Plunge a big hole in the ground. Directly grab his neck. And keep it.
At this time, Sister Chu and I use the bone-breathing method to absorb energy. Chu teleports to a range of 50 meters after absorbing. This is much stronger than the second demon box absorbed before.
Thinking about.
His subordinate Luo Qingfei called Chendong. All the monsters and monsters near the shelter have been cleaned out. A black pig headed by the Chijiang pig farm in the old city. Gathering all the surrounding monsters.
The recent decline in attacks is likely to have something to do with it.
I guess it won't take long.
The black pig will form a herd of monsters.
Large-scale attack on the shelter. The black pig in the previous life was the nightmare of the entire Iguana city. He swept all the way south.
Whether it is a human or a demon, as long as you don't surrender, you are willing to turn over. Sanctuary in Old Town now.
Just like a nail stuck in the belly of a black pig monster. Have you found out how many monsters the black pig has gathered so far?
Can't be found. Only the first detection is successful. After the drone.
He was shot down as soon as he got close to the area of influence of the black pig. There are flying monsters, but more is being watered by some fireballs.
Even struck by lightning.
I'm overjoyed to hear that it's a black pig.
His subordinates are really fierce generals like clouds. MEI's demon box is enough to improve strength now.
This is also the key to ringing the bell since the end of the world. 7 days passed in a blink of an eye. The black pig can gather thousands of monsters outside the city. Whoever knows, surrender to me.
Otherwise, wait for the ashes to disappear.
I stood on the city wall and looked at him with interest.
A wild boar dares to spit wild words. Wait a while. I'll roast a black pig for you, exuding lightning and roaring. Give me one. Don't.
Thousands of monsters poured out towards the refuge with their bloody mouths open.